Blue with the super chat says, in terms of great albums, what do y'all think was the best year in hip hop?
Probably 95. 95, 96, wouldn't you say, Mike?
96 is the first one that popped in my head, but the density of 95.
I think 95 has the components that 94 and 96 has in a nice medium.
It
Like
does.
96, 96 has
96
more
has the
bulk.
haymakers, but yeah,
Right.
95 is deeper.
Right. Like 96 has 94 level, 95 has 94 level haymakers, but 96 level depth. It's like, well, there's not an Illmatic or Ready to Die, but it's like, well, shit, you got the Infamous and the Purple Tape. It's like, oh, well, that's pretty damn close. Never mind. You do have it. You do have Illmatic and Ready to Die actually the following year. You feel what I'm saying? It's like, well, you got the Purple Tape and the Infamous. It's like, that's about as close as Illmatic and Ready to Die you gonna get.
What about 88? What do you think about 88 when it comes to that conversation?
I mean, isn't that really more about Public Enemy and Rakim specifically? Like pull up 88. That's Greatest Adventures.
Slick Rick, yeah.
Yeah, that's Greatest Adventures. Follow the Leader. It Takes a Nation, right?
Straight out of Compton.
Straight out of Compton.
It's a lot of stuff in 88.
That's top heavy though, Mike. That's what I'm saying.
It's a lot of stuff in 88. I want to say, by all means necessary is that
year.
Is
that KRS too?
Yeah, it's a lot in that year.
That might be the best 5 lineup.
I want to say Big Daddy Kane's debut.
Long Live the Kane?
Long Live the Kane is 88. Yeah.
I mean, I think when we have talked traditionally in hip-hop spheres, it's been like 88, 94, 95, 96 have been the definite years, it feels like.
94 was a transitional year, but I don't think it has the depth that 95, 96,
and 88 who would take 94 off? Because I feel like what 94 really has is Illmatic, Ready to Die, and Southern Playalistic.
What do you think about 98 fitting in any of that?
98 is pretty Hell is Hot, Aquemini, Moment of Truth.
Yeah.
Volume 2.
Capital Punishment.
The Real I Am.
Are we counting Miseducation?
No, we're not.
We're not. Antonio with the super chat says,
R&B album.
Do you think that Nas will eventually release I Am as a double album as intended? The 25th anniversary would be a great time to do so. We were just talking about 98. That'll be next year, right? Brooklyn.
Not happening.
He says, much love from Brooklyn, New York. Much love to Brooklyn. We love Brooklyn. Y'all are awesome. Your opinions give me another perspective outside of mine, even if I don't always agree with some of the takes. What's your opinion on Eminem? No, I'm just kidding. He didn't say that. I said that. You know what? We had a string of great shows without even mentioning Eminem. What does that say? DeCarlo with the super chat says, Coop, Kendrick was literally hailed as the greatest MC of his generation, and now because of 6 years off and a mid-album, he loses credibility?
Listen to what people are saying. Do you understand how delusional they sound? It's like, oh, he just took 6 years off. Nigga,
No one takes 6 years off. Ever.
Hold on, listen to this. Hold on, listen to this. When did Section 80 come out? Is that 2010, Mike?
Section 80 is 11, I think.
Okay, so we got somebody pulling up in 2011 for certain, right?
Yeah.
Mike, by 2016, they're gone, and they pull back up with this, and you're making it seem like that. No.
That's like he spent half of his career on a break.
Right. You want to know what it is? It's like, how about this? How do you all rate Grant Hill? Grant Hill is my favorite basketball player growing up. I'm a Duke fan. What Grant Hill's first 5-6 seasons look like?
Great.
They look like some of the best basketball work ever, don't they?
Yeah. Best small forward in the game.
Clearly, while Scottie Pippen was in his prime and around, Grant Hill was the best small forward in the game. Mike, I'm going to go a step further. He was one of the 5 best players in basketball those 5-6 years.
He was great.
He was great. I thought he was better than Penny.
Yeah. And I love Penny. Penny was my go-to when Jordan retired. Yeah.
Right. And I love Penny too. Grant
Hill
was
my go-to. But as far as like being an all-around player, like rebounding, scoring, passing, we've never seen anything like that at that position.
Better rebounder and passer than KD at the small forward position.
Honestly, man, I know a lot of people don't want to say this because LeBron just physically and athletically is different. He was
LeBron before LeBron.
He was LeBron before LeBron. He was the first thing that we saw that was like it. Yeah.
And he had a better first step.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was that deal. People forget. He's like, no. He was walking around averaging 25, 8, and 8 like it was nothing. It was damn near a threat to get a triple-double every night he stepped on the court.
But his time off took away from a lot of that.
But after those first 5 to 6 years, Mike, what happened? Well, he got hurt, and he really didn't play regularly for about another 4, 5, 6 years. Now, did he?
Yeah.
And his legacy took a hit because of that. He was first team All NBA, co-rookie of the year with Jason Kidd, first team All NBA. Like, and those 5 to 6 great years weren't enough to put him. Mike, when we're talking about the greatest small forwards of all time, is he in the conversation with LeBron and Larry Bird and Kevin Durant?
No.
Like, for the 5, 6 years that we saw, he should be, right?
Yeah.
But has he put enough work in for him to be put in that conversation?
Nope.
Then how can we sit up there and do this about Kendrick, but we understand this about Grant Hill's 5, 6 years of basketball? This nigga rapped for 5 or 6 years and disappeared for another 5, 6 years, came back with some mid. Let's rate it like that. How about that?
It is what it is. ED with the super chat says, is J. Cole currently the best rapper in the game? If not him, who? What say you?
Go J. Cole.
J. Cole?
Yeah. Yeah. Because when I'm starting to look back at it, and this is what I'm about to say.
I mean, I guess we're not counting Black Thought and Nas, right?
Right. I guess let's keep it modern era. But here's one thing that's starting to happen too, and even I have to admit this. J. Cole's catalog is starting to age better. I'm not saying it's aging better than Kendrick.
True. That's true.
But these songs, Mike, some of the stuff that we didn't love, we're going back and playing it now, and it's like, no, that shit's holding up pretty damn well.
Yeah, you're right. His stuff's holding up really well, I must admit. And I was one of the big people on some J. Cole's catalog can't touch Kendrick's catalog. Because Kendrick album for album was just, excellent. But like you said, when they talk about how well these songs are aging, like when's the last time you popped in Damn like that?
No, that's what I'm saying. I see somebody named Cam Porter keeps drop Pusha T in the track, which I think is funny. I met a white dude named Mike today from Pittsburgh. Mike, this is no lie. His favorite MC is Pusha T. He works in finance now, but he used to move a half a brick when he was in college. He told me this today because he was like, what do you do? Because he heard me talking to Matt. I was with Matt. He was like, what do you do? I was like, I got a podcast. I started according to Hip-Hop Business Card and stuff. And he was like, who's your favorite rapper? I was like, Nas. He was like, mine's Pusha T. I was like, that's my number 2. I was like, well, what the fuck do you know about Pusha T? I was like, how old are you? He's like, I'm 38. I was like, where are you from? He's like, I'm from Pittsburgh. I'm like, my family's from Newcastle, Youngstown. He's like, I know about y'all. I went to such. He's like, yeah, I know all about that. I'm like, but why the fuck do you like Pusha T? Didn't you just tell me you was in financial services? He's like, I used to move a half a brick a week when I was in college. I was like, oh shit.
So he was listening to Hell Hath No Fury for real.
No, Mike, I spit a bar from Hell Hath No Fury, and he finished it because he related.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, no, the streets that's what I'm saying. I sat next to a 38-year-old white guy today. He used to move a half a brick in college, and it's like he listened to Push the way I am and could finish my Pusha T bars. When I said make your skin crawl, he said press one button, make the wind fall. Who gonna stop us? Fuck the coppers. The mind of a kilo shopper, seeing my life through the windshields of choppers. I ain't spent one rap dollar in 3 years. Holla. Yeah, it's real. Go ahead.
All right, Mad Max with the super chat says, you gave K-Dot the rope when he made To Pimp a Butterfly. K-Dot's someone that when he's not forced to make real albums, he goes off on the rails. Damn and Good Kid, Mad City are the only albums that he made that were formatted well. I will say that when I listened to Damn, I was more of a To Pimp a Butterfly fan, but I understood the fact that Damn was like, it was connecting better. And it was kind of like him mixing his growth from Good Kid, Mad City with the artistic growth of To Pimp a Butterfly. But it had the replay value that Good Kid, Mad City was giving you, at least at the time. And I don't know how well Damn has aged, though. I mean,
I think it's aged. That's what I mean. How about this? His stuff is aged well, but not wonderfully. Yeah. Cole shit is starting to age wonderfully. Yeah. Like some of that early Cole stuff, you're starting to hear it now, and it feels hip hop nostalgic in a classic way when you're hearing it now. You know what I mean? Because it's 2022, so some of that 2010, 2012 Cole stuff, like some of that Born Center stuff, Mike.
Yeah. No, you're right.
is starting to hit a little different now because it's starting to get more of a classic feel to it. And it's starting to sound more hip hop classic. And you're starting to see his influence on the spear a little bit more in terms of what dudes sound like and how they format songs together and the vulnerability. Because one of the things that I'm starting to realize is that Cole is actually more vulnerable than Kendrick is.
He is. And he'll sit down and talk with you about it too.
Like, think about it when he's talking, what's that joint on Forest Hill? I was just thinking about that song the other day where he's talking about having sex, like he ain't had sex before the first time.
Are you talking about Wet Dreams?
Wet Dreams.
Yeah.
Think about it. Think about the line where he's talking about, pulling my shit out, wondering if it's big enough. I'm like, no, Kendrick don't talk with that type of vulnerability. He talks on a vulnerability that you feel like makes you think that he's deeper than he is. Cole's actually saying the deep personal shit. Like the personal shit that a man thinks when he's pulling his dick out for the first time about to have sex. You feel me?
I feel you. Pause. Jay Short with the super chat says, outside of Do or Die, can you make a classic album in that rapidy rap style? Tretch, Twista, Kool Moe Dee. They don't have classics in that style. Even M had to change his flow on the Eminem show.
He's right. M's flow had to change.
I think that's his best piece of work.
And I don't think AZ's, okay, and you want to know what's crazy? You know what I love about AZ's Do or Die, Mike? That is something that was not considered a classic by anybody when it came out because it came right around. Think about this, Do or Die is scrunched between the Purple Tape and Liquid Swords.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So nobody thought it was classic because it's not better than either one of those albums. But you know what it is? It's holding up the way Cole stuff is holding up. It's like the more you go and listen to it, it's like, no, that's classic East Coast hip hop shit right there.
Those are the things you can't predict, man. And that's one of the things with the fact that we review music on the day that it comes out. Sometimes we do have to kind of, modify some of our statements because sometimes music takes on a life of its own. And you just don't know how things are going to age when you hear it originally. I'm feeling that way about Damn right now. Like, I remember when I first heard Damn, I'm like, okay, all of this is hitting. But now, I don't know. I'm not going to say that about it.
Let me share something with you right quick since we're on Do or Die briefly.
Mm-hmm.
I was working out the other day and I played Gimme Yours, and that's 95. And I thought to myself, this is why Big started singing hooks. Nas has always been the pace setter in this camp. To Biggie, to Meth, to all these guys. You got Big singing hooks before Nas singing on Gimme Yours in 95? Because I don't.
When did Nas do that Daydreaming over?
Daydream and Stay Screaming, that's the I Am session.
That's the I Am?
That's Playa Hater time. He probably heard Playa Hater.
Yeah, niggas.
But what I'm saying is that Big heard Gimme Yours, because I just thought about that. I was like, that is Nas singing on Gimme Yours. And I'm trying to think, that's a year after Illmatic.
Yeah.
Just give me for the NYC, give me what you can't get back. That's Nas, right?
Yep.
Nas isn't that the same kind of Biggie flow that where he's singing on play? Give me, just give me. Like that's just saying.
Jay Short says, no Penny slander ever. Never. We love Penny.
Ooh, more money, more murder, more homicide, and a mahogany. Light scenery, that was lightning and raindrops. I'm tied up in a basement cocaine spot like Bangkok. Vietnam type mind control.
D Nice with the super chat says, Twista's Adrenaline Rush is a classic answer to the last super chat.
I agree.
I think it is too.
I agree.
I had that shit on tape, man. Inspector with the super chat says, Grant Hill was supposed to be the greatest ever.
Yeah.
He was supposed to be the next Michael Jordan.
I thought he was. How about this? These top 10, 15 conversations that we're having, the only player that I've seen come along since Grant Hill that I know for a fact is better than Grant Hill are KD and LeBron and Kobe. Like, for a fact. Like, KD, LeBron, and Kobe, only players I've seen since Grant Hill. It's like, no, that got better. And a lot of that is just about staying healthy.
Yeah. DeCarlo says, so the Black Panther soundtrack and writing for other artists doesn't count?
No.
It doesn't count at all. Well,
no.
You know what? Let's just say this. Let's keep it real. And I know people want to bring up the Black Panther, but he didn't do a whole lot of stuff on the Black Panther soundtrack.
Well, no, here's what I thought about. How much credit do we give Kane for what he wrote?
Right, for Biz Markie.
Right. How much credit do we give Kane for what he wrote?
Yeah.
We
No,
don't be
you're right.
walking around here giving Kane credit like that. And
And
Kane,
who else did he write for?
I'm
Other
about to
than,
say, and Biz
yeah.
ain't the only one that has been rumored that Kane done wrote for. There's all Texas smoke and flames fighting right around who Kane may have wrote for. You feel me?
Yeah, yeah.
And if you listen to some bars, it sounds like it's a possibility. And if you look at the fact that Marley Marl is a producer on a lot of those records,
right.
I'm just gonna say less.
I don't want to go down that road.
I'm not going down that hole, but I'm just gonna say less. If it looked like a duck,
right?
It sound like a duck, and it's saying "pimpin' ain't easy" like Big Daddy Kane. Nigga Kane wrote that shit.
Interesting, right? Ray
Right.
Rims with the super chat says, "I phase them as messages." I'm sorry. He said he phrased them as messages because I text them to the website. Coop's testimonial made me wonder which album illustrated an artist's mental health the most. I know where you're gonna go. Go ahead.
Can I tell you something?
Go ahead.
Part of the reason why I love Ready to Die is because I don't think people understand what Big's going through on Ready to Die. I think Ready to Die is one of the biggest testimonies about mental health issues that you'll hear.
I thought you were gonna go to Diary.
I'm not. My mama got cancer in her breast. Don't ask me why I'm motherfucking stressed. Things done changed. That's the first song.
Ready to Die is heavy.
My mother
too.
won't give me what I want. What the fuck? Now I got a Glock making motherfuckers duck. Shit is real and hungry's how I feel. I rob and steal because that money got that whip appeal. Yeah, it sounds like he's having mental health issues.
Yeah.
Can't explain how I maintain the crack smoke. Make my brain feel so strange. Doesn't it sound like Big going through mental health issues?
Yeah.
A nigga that's saying, give me the baby rings and a #1 mom pendant is on some other shit, Mike.
Yeah.
Give me the baby rings and a #1 mom pendant. I'm slamming niggas like Shaquille. Shit is real. Yeah, mental health issues, Ready to Die. Biggie Smalls passed in any test. I'm ready to die. What more of a mental health indictment do you want?
And then you end with suicidal thoughts.
It's literally ending an album with suicidal thoughts. The tone and the theme of the album is I'm ready to die. It is a mental health issue indictment of the highest order. I don't want to live no more. Sometimes I hear death knocking at the front door. I'm living every day like a hustle, another drug to juggle, another day, another struggle. That is the black man's mental health plight in the modern day era.
What did he say? I mean, I know what it's like. Wake up, fucked up, pockets broke as hell, another rock to sell. People looking at you like you's the loser, selling drugs to all the losers, bad Buddha
abusers, but they don't know about the stress-filled days.
Baby on the way, mad bills to pay. That's why you drink Tanqueray. Yeah.
So you can reminisce and wish you wasn't living so devilish. Shit.
I remember being just like you. Yeah. The Carlo with the super chat says, the whole black community celebrated To Pimp a Butterfly when it was winning all the Grammys. Now y'all want to call it mid. Just tear him down, shaking my head. No. To Pimp a Butterfly is not mid.
No.
I told everybody.
You're totally mistaken what we're saying.
I told everybody when I heard To Pimp a Butterfly for the first time, I was like, this might be the best hip-hop album I heard since Supreme Clientele. And I still love To Pimp a Butterfly, but it plays like a play. It's very theatrical from beginning to end, and if you listen to it in that way and take it in that way, you can take it that way. But song for song, the way we listen to hip hop, it doesn't play as well as some of the other classics. I'll just say it that way.
Okay, so I think the album that it gets comped to the most is Aquemini, and It Takes a Nation of Millions to hold us back. Go play it next to those two albums. Watch how it gets blown out the fire. You feel what I'm saying? It's like, so when you want to go start sitting it next to the greatest pieces of work ever and like get your feelings hurt if you want to.
Well, play it next to Supreme Clientele. Play it next to Supreme Clientele.
You don't want to do that. Mike, I thought about something the other day, and it's funny that you're bringing up Supreme Clientele. Supreme Clientele is some other shit, Mike.
It is, man.
That's some other shit. We're not going to hear Supreme Clientele again. I realized that the other day. We're not going to hear anything about like Supreme Clientele again. That's special. Like I was actually thinking it's borderline top 10. I think I got it at like 12, 13, 14, but it's like, no, that's a top 10 rap album type consideration.
So have you conceded that it's better than Liquid Swords?
I feel the same way about Liquid Swords, but what I'm trying to tell you is like the purple tape's importance overshadows Liquid Swords' importance. Supreme Clientele's importance doesn't get overshadowed by another all-time great Wu-Tang album, and so that would give it the advantage. I still personally prefer Liquid Swords, but Mike, even when I made my list, I literally went Supreme Clientele 13, Liquid Swords 14, because it's like that.
Yeah. LP with the super chat says, the realest shit I ever wrote. No Pac, not Pac inspired. It's crack rock inspired. My real niggas quotes. Pusher on another level.
That's Keys Open
Hell
Doors.
Have No Fury. Keys Open Doors
Keys Open
is crazy.
Doors, yeah.
Cam Porter with the super chat says, is Cole the perfect mix of Nas? And I know Prime Nas is light years ahead lyrically. And Kanye West?
Not light years ahead, and no, don't agree with that sentiment. He doesn't have.
I think he's a good mixture of the two.
I can see that, but here's
from the introspective way, you know, where like you said, he gets vulnerable in that way.
Man, Nas and Ye are really big stars. I don't think people understand that. Like Nas has an air of mystery and mystique to him, and Ye's just like a rock star of the highest order. And so it's like if you're just talking about the MC work, yeah, but like the star power isn't there.
Reggie with the super chat says, I just ordered both yearbooks, guys. Keep grinding, fellas. Appreciate that, man. Good looking. Yes, at the top of the chat, you should see that you're able to order the yearbook, the 2021 one. I think we got that pinned to the top, and you should be able to get the digital copy of the 2020 one as well in the chat or in the group or however it's showing up. It's not showing up on my end, but 2021 is. I don't know if you see it on your end, Coop.
Yeah,
it's only 20.
Yeah,
we going with the whole theme, right? Ethan Hill with the super chat says, didn't K-Dot address his size on We Cry Together?
Okay, that's cool. J. Cole just did it like, I don't know, 8-9 years ago, though. So I'm saying, you see how these people be fighting for him? It's like, I'm bringing up role models from Forest Hills Drive. It's like, oh, come on, something he said in 2022? So
Michael Williams with the super chat.
2014, it was 8 years ago.
Michael Williams with the super chat says, the other day, you were talking about the best 4 album runs. I think Jimi Hendrix would have had that if he lived. He had the best 3, in my opinion. Jimmy's a sad case, man. Like, I think you and I were talking about that. I think Jimmy and Biggie's passing or deaths are the most tragic in music history because the ceiling was so high. Excuse me. Like, I feel like Pac gave us everything that Pac was going to give us and left us with a lot. But I think that the ceiling was so high for Jimi Hendrix and for Biggie that it's really sad that, you know, as artists and as fans of music, it's so much music that we just never got.
Kurt Cobain and John Lennon and Tupac gave us material.
Mm-hmm.
So the Biggie Hendrix thing is real due to the brevity of material.
And just seeing where they were and how they would continue.
Well, I feel like, I mean, when he's saying Jimmy's album, it's like, well, I don't know about classic for the first 2. I don't. Just truthfully. We're just
Jimmy was pioneering a lot of shit that was coming after.
If you want to say pioneering, if you want to say innovative.
So, like, the innovative nature and where he was going, it's no telling what he would have came up with.
Right. No, and
I always wanted to hit Big, man. I mean, all right, so after Big was murdered in 97, I want to say what? Timberland came around 97-ish, right? Neptunes really came around 99, 2000, like for real. And I ain't even talking about like the Nori record. I'm talking about when people really started utilizing them because they were around, but when they really went on their run, it was like 99, 2000. I would have loved to have heard Biggie over a Neptune or Timberland track, Just Blaze track. Kanye and Biggie would have been great.
I think Biggie could have rapped on anything.
Anything.
But here's what I will tell you is that Timberland's pace, I don't think Biggie would have loved. And so I think he probably would have worked with the Neptunes and Kanye more because of the melodic nature of it. This is a big man with a heavy, thick voice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what he's doing on Notorious Thug, well, he's rapping like that on Notorious Thugs because he's not about to rap like that regularly. You get what I'm saying?
I don't hear him on Jigga What, Jigga Who taking it
That's
on
what
in
I'm
the
saying.
way that Jay did.
You don't do that.
Got a
Like,
condom with nothing but condoms in it. Same place with the rounds of in it. So all I do
is
is
rapid sex. Imagine how I stroke. See, I was flowing on my last set, grabbing fire like and grabbing the tech. Jeff Jam though, never get high, never run out of amp. No, Big don't do that.
No, no.
Right. So Timberland's not going to get big placements like that. But Neptunes, because of the bounce, because Big likes the bounce.
Yeah.
So I can see the Neptunes. I can see Kanye because of the musicality. I told you, Mike.
The soul of it all. Like I can hear Big on.
I'm gonna tell you.
I can hear Big on Heart of the City.
Me too. The real killer, Mike. Big and Jay Dilla. That's the one.
That would have been great.
Big and Dilla.
No, that
Big
would have
and
been great.
Dilla is what I want to hear.
That would have been great.
That would have been great. Because I think.
What about
Dilla
Big and Dr. Dre? What do you think about Big and Dr. Dre?
How about this? I think Big would have. I think Dilla's beats emotionally would have bought something more in depth out of Big that we didn't get while he was here.
What do you think about Big and Dr. Dre?
I don't too much. I want to hear Big and Dilla, but I'm cool with that. Would be one of those big meetings type of things, you know. But it's like, to be honest with you, the way that Dr. Dre has handled the Rakim situation and the Firm situation, I really haven't trusted him handling East Coast artists since. I really wouldn't want him working with Big either. You can't be trusted with East Coast artists, quite frankly.
Jay Short with the Super Chat says, the best album run is Stevie. 6 straight classics.
Correct.
Cannot argue with that.
We do not disagree right here.